These are the faces of fortune, the lucky ones, or just a few of them. Copper, Jada, Hef, Mabel, Lacey, Greco, Ginger, Shaggy. This is their collective story. We're here at the Good Newz Rehab Center for chained and penned dogs in Smithfield, Virginia, where the sun is shining and the skies are blue. Where good things, really good things are happening to these once abused and neglected dogs, looking for love on the end of a chain or abandoned in the backyard, even worse. But today, for these Good Newz residents and all the other dogs here, life is a romp through the woods. Butterflies to chase in open fields, toys and tug-of-war, a big house to explore. Every dog's dream.
It's my dream too, a safe haven for these dogs to find love, socialize, and experience the comforts of home. We've pulled up all the carpeting in the house and we replaced it with rubberized flooring because it's better for the dog's paws and it's cleaner. We use the master bathroom for our dog baths and grooming because it's a really big area and they love it. And we have a really big socialization room where they can play, socialize, learn to be with other dogs, and even do a little relaxing. Outdoors, we bought tarps for shaded areas for the dogs. We have really large fenced areas for them, and we even have swimming pools.
In the shape of a paw, naturally.
Of course, these dogs deserve to live on Easy Street. No more chains for them, no more pens.
Only the good life here, setting out on their journey toward rehabilitation and adoption. Good Newz is their road to recovery, their street of dreams. But that's the sunny side of the street. Once upon a time, actually not so long ago, this peaceful, picturesque setting in Southeast Virginia held a well-kept and shameful little secret. Well, not so little. This elegant estate, located about an hour's drive from historic Williamsburg, once housed the Bad News Kennels, home to NFL quarterback Michael Vick's grisly dogfighting ring.
The tortured and terrified animals were held captive in these makeshift sheds. And I don't believe that we'll take these sheds down because they hold historical value for posterity to see how we can do better for these dogs.
For those destined to remain silent. But that's all history now. On May 27, 2011, visionary Tamara Thane and her organization, Dogs Deserve Better, closed on the purchase of this beautiful 15-acre property, a huge commitment for a small but dedicated and passionate group of animal lovers. The money was raised from donations, some large, some small, many over the internet, many from Tamara's loyal following at Dogs Deserve Better, the organization she founded in Tipton, Pennsylvania. Good Newz Rehab Center now serves as headquarters for Dogs Deserve Better as well. And their missions are combined, focusing on humane education, legislation for animal protection, and rescue and rehabilitation. The mission at the center is to prepare mistreated animals for a better life ahead and provide the means to that end. So what can the lucky dogs expect when they become residents at Good Newz and begin their journey to recovery?
They can expect freedom of movement, which is something they've likely never had if they've been chained or pinned. They can expect a chance to dream, which whatever dreams they may have had in the previous life probably weren't very good. Wholesome food, medication, and good therapy and rehabilitation on their way.
Also, cushy beds, a family and furry environment, friends that are human and dog-like, as well as perhaps the bath for the first time.
There are no runs or kennels here, by the way. The dogs live and sleep inside the house, building confidence and polishing their social skills.
Even so, it takes most dogs who've lived in pens or on chains about 3 months to learn how to play or chase a ball because they have been so traumatized.
Enter our faithful volunteers and dedicated staff, helping the dogs to trust, lifting their spirits, giving them a sense of belonging and approval. We couldn't do our job without them.
I love seeing the progress that the dogs make here, the before and after contrast of when they first get here and then when they're ready for adoption. I also like the fact that dogs of any breed, any size, of any age are welcome here. And I feel like just about any dog can be rehabilitated here.
I adopted Zoe from here, from this center, The staff here, they loved on her and helped get her well and secure, and her being here just gave her a chance at a new life, and it's just a beautiful process.
It has been a great thing for me to extend my love to dogs who deserve lots of love from us.
It takes most of the dogs upon arrival here, coming from the backgrounds they've come from, 3 to 6 months in a lot of cases to really reach the point where they are ready for adoption, where they will chase and return a ball, where they're what most people would think is a good family pet. These dogs come from a challenging background, from a traumatic background. I have a son that came from back from Iraq in 2003 with PTSD. And what these dogs have is as good a definition of PTSD as any I've seen, in that they have experienced things, they have flashbacks, they have situations that affect their entire lives. It's the staff's job and our opportunity to try to mitigate that somewhat based on our efforts to rehabilitate them. One of our big advantages is we have a terrific behavioral therapist.
The biggest part of my job is when the dogs come in. It's my job to evaluate them and try to undo the jigsaw puzzle to see all of the pieces that made this dog what she is today. We start with some touch therapy when they come in, because I need to know she has trigger points. And then I watch them quite a bit to see what their habits are, and I research thoroughly what breeds I think they might be, because I want to know if the behaviors stem from their backgrounds or if it's a breed characteristic. We did a lot of evaluation and a lot of spending time together to try to figure out what makes Marley tick. She's a little OCD about her ball, and one of the things that we need to do is we need to have her acquire some patience so she's not so impulsive. One of the greatest rewards that I have personally is when you have a dog like Marley and you think there is no way we are going to be able to rehabilitate this dog. We can't get her to sit for a month and a half because she wants to be so dominant and stubborn. And then on that 40th day, when that dog sits, I can't tell you, the simple thing like that, knowing that you've finally broken through. I'm sorry, this is why
There are so many success stories on the road to recovery for these dogs, from fear and insecurity, abuse and abandonment, to self-esteem, joy and companionship at long last. I'd like to share just a few.
One day I had the good fortune of going to meet Mark at Dogs Deserve Better. And I walked in to the property, into the house, with no intentions of adopting a dog that day. When Diamond came up to me and literally looked and said, "I'm yours, take me home."
She had a tough life, obviously. When she started out, as near as we can determine, she was kept on a very short leash or a wire. Now she loves to run in the woods, and she digs and runs across the field.
Good News is an amazing place. You can just see the love and affection that the animals have for the staff there and how well they're cared for.
Good News was good news for us. I mean, it was good news for all three of us.
We got Sierra about 1.5 years ago. We got her from the Good Newz Rehab Center. We were told from the rehab center that she had been put on a chain and made to have litter after litter of puppies, that she had been physically and emotionally abused. She particularly has a special relationship with our 2-year-old, Miss Ella, right here. When we first moved Ella into her crib, in her own room, she slept in front of the crib for the first 6 months, every night, and just watched her and make sure she was okay.
Originally, we were told that Piper was penned for 7 or 8 months of his life with his litter mates, and 4 of them went to the Good Newz Rehab, and now all 4 have been adopted. Piper was skittish, and Jacob was like, "Oh, let me see him."
I was so excited.
And, you know, on Facebook, I would put pictures, you know, it's getting better because you can see the progress that they made.
He's gotten to this point.
He plays with me different than he plays with Jacob.
I can give him a hug.
Jacob goes out and acts like a zombie. The dog runs circles around him. And really and truly, you can tell they are just having a good time.
He is a dog, but He's not a dog.
What is it?
He's family.
Just you and me.
Of course, we love it when you visit us here at Good News and adopt a dog from here. Adoption fees are low and range in price depending on the dog's age and size. But there are other adoption avenues too.
Generally, when we get a dog in here that's adoptable, we'll put them on Pet Finder. We will mark them as not available until we feel that they are adoptable. And we'll get the messages from the email. We call their vets, call the people, and do a home visit, and then we move on from there.
When we say goodbye, the journey is complete. Today, the lucky ones are living free and forever on the sunny side of the street with their adoptive families. Mission accomplished. Only to start again the next day with more lucky rescues arriving. And the rehab journey begins anew.
Bad news can turn into good news, and dreams do come true.
The road to recovery begins right here at Smithfield, Virginia. Street of Dreams for the lucky ones. Please come visit us at Good News and join our family. Become a member, maybe a volunteer, adopt a friend for life, or celebrate with us in the rescue and rehabilitation of these gentle, trusting dogs. We thank you for helping all of us realize our dream.
Won't you open that door? Welcome into my life. Please, please. I can live in your world, or you can live in mine. Please, please.
The dogs at Good News Rehab Center and everywhere, thank you for spreading the good news and giving them a second chance at life and love. Please help them continue their journey.
Won't you open that door? Welcome into my life. Please, please.
Dedicated to those innocent dogs who suffered terribly at Bad News Kennels, now free from cruelty and confinement and on the road to recovery.